Welcome back to the channel. Today is Wednesday, and it is a beautiful day to talk about some seriously dark soap drama. We have so much to unpack today. Grab a coffee, settle in. Let's just get right to it. And let me tell you, Las Vegas is about to completely explode. Because Chelsea Lawson is not a woman who just sits around and waits for things to happen. She is proactive. She trusts her gut. And her gut has been screaming at her for days. So she packed her bags. She got on a plane. And she showed up in Sin City completely unannounced on Wednesday, April 15th. You know how Chelsea is. When she feels like her man is slipping away, she takes action. She kicks the door wide open on this whole messy situation. And it is a massive shock. Adam is standing there. Reza Thompson is standing there, and Chelsea just drops a bomb on their little undercover operation. It is the kind of raw, unfiltered soap opera moment we live for, just pure drama, because Chelsea has been having these nightmares. Literal nightmares about Adam slipping back into his dark spider persona, and she wasn't wrong. Adam has been playing a very dangerous game with Reza, kissing her, flirting with her, pretending the spark is still there. All to get information on Matt Clark, but Chelsea didn't know the specifics. She just knew her man was slipping away, so she had to act. She couldn't just sit in Genoa City and hope for the best. Not when her family's future is on the line. And not when she knows how easily Adam can get sucked back into the darkness of Las Vegas, the neon lights, the gambling, the danger, it all calls to him. And Chelsea is terrified she is going to lose the new, improved Adam forever. But here is the kicker, Reza already knows. She already figured out that Adam was just using her. She knows that he faked his feelings just to get intel on Matt Clark. So Reza is already feeling completely betrayed. She feels like a pawn in a game she didn't even know she was playing. And now Adam's actual girlfriend shows up. The woman he actually loves. It is a massive slap in the face for Reza. She thought she had this intense connection with Spider. But it was all a lie, so you can imagine the tension in that hotel room. It is thick enough to cut with a knife. Reza is staring at Chelsea. Chelsea is staring at Reza, and Adam is just sweating bullets in the middle of it all. And Chelsea is absolutely going to mark her territory. She is not going to back down. She sees Reza, and she knows exactly what kind of game this is, so she asserts her dominance. She makes it very clear that Adam belongs to her, but it is awkward, so awkward. Because Adam has to explain that the kisses meant nothing, that it was all a strategy. But try telling that to a woman who just flew across the country because she felt something was wrong. Chelsea is mad. Reza is mad. But honestly, Adam doesn't even have time to deal with the relationship drama. Because the real problem is so much worse. The real problem is deadly. So Adam tries to get Chelsea to leave. He is begging her to go back home. Because Las Vegas is not safe right now. Matt Clark is out there, and Matt is a total psychopath. Adam knows that Matt will not hesitate to hurt Chelsea if it means getting back at the Newmans. So Adam is panicked. He wants her on the next flight out. He doesn't want her anywhere near this mess. But Chelsea refuses. She is stubborn, and then she finds out the real reason Adam is so on edge. Nick is missing. Nick Newman has completely vanished. And that changes everything. Chelsea realizes this isn't just about Adam playing poker and kissing his ex-partner. This is a life or death situation, and she is not going to leave Adam to face it alone. Not when Nick is in grave danger. But where is Nick? Oh man, it is so bad. It is actually horrifying. Nick is locked in a room somewhere in Vegas, and Matt Clark has him. Matt didn't just kidnap him to beat him up. No, Matt has a plan that is so much more twisted than physical torture. He wants to destroy Nick from the inside out. Because Matt knows about the drugs. He knows Nick has been spiraling. He knows about the fentanyl, so Matt is using that. He is literally weaponizing Nick's addiction against him. It is sick, it is twisted, but it is exactly what Matt Clark would do. Matt's plan is to feed the addiction. He is going to pump Nick full of drugs, just keep giving him more and more, until Nick doesn't even know his own name, until Nick is so far gone that his family won't even recognize him. Matt wants to watch Nick drown in his own bad choices, and he is forcing Nick to watch it too. He wants Nick to hit a rock bottom so deep that he can never climb out. On Wednesday, Matt is going to make good on his promise. He is going to push Nick closer to the edge. If Matt keeps his word, Nick is going to be pumped full of drugs in this episode. And it is going to be incredibly hard to watch. And you have to remember the history here. Matt Clark has always hated Nick Newman, going all the way back. Remember when Matt ripped out his own breathing tube just to frame Nick? That is the level of crazy we are dealing with. Matt doesn't just want Nick dead. Death is too easy. Matt wants Nick humiliated. He wants the great Nick Newman, the golden boy, to be exposed as a pathetic junkie. He wants Victor to see his son completely broken. And right now, Matt is winning. Nick is tied up. He is vulnerable. And he is at the mercy of a man who has no mercy. The dark agenda is in full swing. And the news is only going to get more alarming from here. Nick is in such a bad place. The fentanyl has its hooks in him deep. And when you are going through withdrawals, or when you are high out of your mind, you can't fight back. Nick is usually the hero. He is the guy who saves the day. But right now, he can't even save himself. He is trapped in this nightmare, and Matt is just standing there, laughing, taunting him, pumping him full of poison. It is a really dark storyline for Y and R, but it is so compelling. Because we want to see if Nick can survive this. If he can hit rock bottom and somehow claw his way back up. But right now, on April 15th, he is just falling faster and faster. Meanwhile, back in Genoa City, things are just as messy. But in a different way, it is emotional wreckage. Sharon Newman is trying to hold her family together, but it is slipping through her fingers. She meets up with Christine Blair Romalotti, and they talk about Mariah. Mariah Copeland is finally settling into her psychiatric treatment facility. It is a huge step. She avoided prison, thanks to Christine's plea deal. But she is locked away in a hospital, and Sharon is just trying to process it all. She is hoping that Mariah will finally get the help she needs, to figure out why she kidnapped a baby, to heal her broken mind. Sharon is just a mom trying to find some hope in a terrible situation. But then Sharon runs into Abby Winters. And it is so awkward, just painfully awkward. Because Abby is the mother of the baby that Mariah kidnapped. Abby is dealing with the fallout. Dominic is having nightmares. He is traumatized. And Abby is carrying all this guilt and anger. So when Sharon sees Abby, the tension is just massive. Sharon wants to apologize. She wants to make it right. But how do you make that right? You can't. Abby is polite. Maybe. But the pain is right there on the surface, and Sharon feels it. She feels the weight of what her daughter did to Abby's family. It is a heavy, suffocating weight. But Sharon doesn't stop there, because Sharon is a mother who will do anything for her kids. So she goes to Devin Winters. She actually tracks Devin down and begs him for sympathy. She wants Devin to understand that Mariah is sick. That she needs help, not punishment. Sharon is pleading with him. Just asking for a little bit of grace, a little bit of forgiveness. She wants to mend this massive rift between Mariah and Devin because they used to be family. They used to care about each other. But she is talking to a brick wall because Devin is not having it. He is absolutely furious. Devin looks at Sharon and he just shuts her down. He tells her that Mariah belongs in a prison cell. Not a hospital, a cold, hard cell, and you can't really blame him, can you? I mean, think about it from his perspective. His son was taken. His little boy was ripped away and is now suffering from severe psychological trauma. Devin is a protective father. He doesn't care about Mariah's mental state. He cares that his son wakes up screaming in the middle of the night. So Devin is rigid. He is unforgiving. He tells Sharon exactly what he thinks. And it breaks Sharon's heart all over again. Because she realizes that some bridges are just burned to the ground. And no amount of begging is going to rebuild them. So you have Sharon in Genoa City, completely helpless to fix the damage Mariah caused. And you have Adam in Las Vegas, completely helpless to stop Matt Clark from destroying Nick. It is just a day of absolute chaos, and heartbreak on the young and the restless. Chelsea is trying to save Adam. Adam is trying to save Nick. Sharon is trying to save Mariah. But everyone is just drowning, and Matt Clark is holding the hose. We are going to have to see how this all plays out. Because right now, the villains are winning. And the heroes are barely hanging on. It is gritty, it is raw. And it is exactly why we can't stop watching. We will see what happens next, but buckle up. Because it is going to be a bumpy ride.